Okay, so welcome, Claudius. Now, Claudius, you and I have crossed paths a number of times over the past, I don't even know what, 6 months? And I've been following you on social media, or you've been following me on social media. But one thing this podcast is about is like making it happen podcast. And I'm looking for people who are inspiring. It's not just about property. It's just people who I just think, you know what, in their niche, in their field, they're awesome because they're making it happen in their own world. And nobody can argue, Claudius, that you absolutely, every day you're like this jack in the box, this power energy guy that just seems to just do stuff all the time. It's almost like everybody has 24 hours in a day. You seem to have like 48. You seem to be everywhere. You seem to be doing stuff. And and the fact you're only 22, I just think it's really inspiring because somebody maybe who's listening to this might just be leaving school, leaving college, at uni, and then seeing someone like yourself who just smashing it in so many different areas. I think it's a really inspiring story. So thanks for coming on to the Making It Happen podcast. Where are you coming from today? Where are you based?
So I'm based now in Warrington, in England.
Okay.
I used to live in Germany, so I did school in Germany. I did college in Germany. And then at the age of 18, I moved from Germany to the UK because I wanted to go to the world's best indoor skate park, which just so happens to be in Corby, in England.
Okay, yep.
And so my parents divorced. They sold their house. And then my dad bought a house cash in Corby for me to live in.
That's nice.
And then I used to go to this indoor skate park every single day. All I wanted to do is to be the best scooter rider I can be. And then essentially a few months later, I went to California, meeting some friends I met at other skate parks and competitions a few years ago. And then I discovered basically YouTube, right? California. And then I literally used my iPhone 6 at the time, literally to self-film just for fun, like my tricks and everything. And I used to film with my friends together and all that. And I actually got my first 20,000 subscribers just with my iPhone.
That's great.
And then I had to figure out how to edit and stuff. I used to edit myself, film everything. And that's how it all started in 2016.
Yeah, so 18-year-old Claudius. So there's an immediate thing there because my mantra and a lot of people is the same. Like you mirror success, you actually look at what are the things that people do that gets results, and you were really clear and fixated on a specific outcome. Now, not everybody, like a lot of young people, they say, "Oh, I want to be a footballer." Not everybody will become a international football star, but you had your eyes fixated and clear on the outcome that you wanted to be an international top performer in scooter, yeah. And so you went to so there's something that you went to the best park. And then you train consistently, like almost obsessively, and to refine the skill. And you're still doing that now. I can see it. Your goals have changed slightly now, but you're still using the same kind of metrics, and your goals on a different outcome, which we'll talk about later. And so, how would you feel actually at 18, leaving home and living in a different country, living in your own house? Tell me about that first phase. What were some of the challenges you had?
Actually, that's a very interesting question because when I think about this, I was actually more scared to stay in Germany because in Germany I didn't really know what to do because the skate parks aren't really that good. So I used to live in Munich and they had no indoor skate park there. And in Germany, just like the UK, it's raining a lot. So scootering was the most important thing for me. So I just wanted to be where the best indoor skate parks are. And interestingly, the 2 last year of school, I went to the UK with my dad almost every school holiday to all the different indoor skate parks because I wanted to see where the best one is to live basically. And
great.
I actually did so many different sports. I played the piano for 3 years. I played the saxophone for 4 years. I played the drums for 8 years. I did judo. I got a blue belt. I did it for 9 years, judo. Ping pong professionally for 5 years, obsessively, basketball, football, all the sports. But scootering always stuck with me since 13. So it took me a while to find that one, basically.
So I think that's a really good lesson for people. Is actually people get caught up on the fact that they feel they've got to find out their purpose or what they actually want out of life really quickly, And like my mantra, I used to be a teacher for like 10 years in a secondary school, and it's okay to have like just have a go down one path and go, hey, being a pianist is not for me, being a table tennis player is not for me, and you people get scared to just enjoy the journey rather than they got to feel like they've got to find the job for life and that is it. And like what's awesome about the 21st century now is like people have like 10, 15 different careers in their life if they so want to. And it's nice that you had the ability to just play with all these different options to work out, actually, this is something I want to do. So that's great to hear. And it's funny to see that you also actually went around the UK looking for the best skate park, because that there's an education phase too. And that's cool. So a lot of people go to university to find themselves. You found yourself through skate parks, which is inspiring. Now, right now, so you got 1.1 million YouTube subscribers. That in itself is an amazing feat. Like we're growing our YouTube channel now. It's related to property, and with no like paid followers, we've only just gone over 1,000, and it's taken us a good few months to get there. So to get to 1.1 million, like, hats off to you, high five. And people listening to the podcast now, if they've never really watched YouTube or whatever, that's a really amazing feat. So tell me about like what was the people who listen, they might want to start their own YouTube channel. They might want to actually be trying to grow it. How apart from just being awesome at being somebody at scooter, which does attract attention, is there anything that's helped you refine your offer and service on YouTube?
So is the question like tips to be better on YouTube, or
what have you found that helps and works through to get better engagement, better followers, better quality on your YouTube channel?
Yeah, so one interesting question is, which I think most people oversee, even with property. First thing, you have to decide you want to be a YouTuber. It's actually a conscious decision, because most people, they never decided really, because once you decide it, everything falls into place, because once you commit it, it's just a matter of putting in the work to then find it. So let's say you want to make YouTube videos and you committed to it. I'd say the first thing is, and this is so simple, it's consistency. If you just upload a video every single week or twice a week, over time, YouTube will actually find your audience for you, because no matter how niche your content is, YouTube will find the right people for your videos.
Yeah, great. So that's a great point you made there as well, is like consistency over time. But going back, making that decision, and that's just like anything, isn't it? A lot of people have an idea. I'd say it's a business idea, a career idea, or a hobby idea. They go, oh, you know what? I love to go to be a rower, or I'd love to go to the gym. But they just have these ideas, and making that conscious decision actually takes commitment to deliver it through. And so like a new year has just come past, and a lot of people make these decisions. They get, right, that's it, I'm going to get fit. And they don't commit after week 2. And after week 4 or 5, they're back doing the same old habits. And that commitment of consistency over time could actually be demonstrated over any part of your life. Would you agree, Claudius? It's a habit. Yeah, so I noticed you drink a lot of water. Now, a lot of people will say, yeah, it's a great idea drinking water, so they'll try and get 2 or 3 liters down, knowing it's healthy, but then it just goes back to them not drinking enough, dehydrated, feeling tired. So I noticed you're a big advocate of lemon water. So I've been doing 2 liters of lemon water a day, and and it's healthier, more energy, more alert. So we do that. We have that in common. So going back to the YouTube subscribers then. So what do you think about the statement that actually it's not about the amount of people that you've got, more about the actual value and interaction you've got on the community that you do have, whether you've got 30 followers versus 1 million? Tell me more what you think about that statement.
So I think if you focus on making just the best content you can make, and content that you want to make, that's authentic to you, people will notice that, and then people will come to you, especially if you're new to YouTube and you are like in entertainment or in like the big like you want to be a big YouTuber. You like most people, they want to do like everything they can to get as many views as possible, but you might be better off, and that this might be inauthentic to them, which they don't really like themselves. So they start attracting an audience which is based on content that they didn't like in the first place. So you might be better off making content that you want to make, that you just love sharing, that you're passionate about, and attract the right audience. Because you just make your content, and then the people who will want to watch it will come to you automatically. And then it's just a matter of time getting, growing an audience. Like property, because my goal is also to get to 1 million subscribers on my property channel as well, and to 100K this year. It might be a little bit harder because it's a lot more niche, but then again, you could say the same thing about scootering. At that time, there was no scooter rider ever like getting this far. So you gotta find different angles to make property appealing to like pretty much the masses. You gotta make it appealing to the masses and combine multiple things, like maybe have a car in it, a little bit of a vlog style, so have like education mixed with, have different formats, so different episodes.
Yeah, different content. Yeah, I agree. So what if someone says though, look, Claudius, like I've been posting consistent content, like you said, for 6 months, and I've only got 30 followers. What would you say to somebody who says they've been posting consistent about what they love, but they're just getting hardly any engagement? Any advice to that kind of person?
Well, I would look at your videos. I would look at which ones are viewed the most, and I would read comments. I would ask your audience. I would just say, hey guys, I would just be honest. I would say, hey guys, I started YouTube 6 months ago. The results aren't really that good yet. What do you guys think? Comment down below. What do you guys want to see? I would make it all about the audience. Even if you have only 50 people watching, ask those, and then new people come in. And what I oftentimes did is asked them questions, and then I did their video ideas in the next video, but saying, hey, thanks to Daniel for this video idea, and then also thanks for this person to subscribe. And you gotta find different games and challenges to get people engaged, and you want to make content that people look forward to. So rather than just making, oh, here's a video, think about making like a series where they can be part of and look something forward to every single time. Like a movie, basically.
It's like a TV series. So like a story goes on from one to another, from another to another. So it's like a series, like I say, a 5 or 6 video series on a particular idea. Yeah, it's a good idea. Okay, so tell me more about Claudius then. So you're 4 years on from setting up your own life in the UK. You've grown exponentially in terms of your business. You're a businessman as well. What does life look like for Claudius right now? What's a typical day in the world of Claudius? If somebody's like, if we had a fly on the wall following you around, what would I see?
Well, that's a very good question. Like, I think at the moment, I pretty much live 2 lives. There's no real typical day at the moment. So on the one hand, I'm the scooter rider Claudius, the YouTuber who does crazy tricks on at the skate park on a neon bright scooter. But then my main focus is property investing, and so my current plan is to do 1 day per week where I go to a skate park. I meet with my videographer, and we used to basically go to a skate park every single day and film a video every day, but now we are filming 3, 4, 5 videos in 1 day. He's editing them, and then the other 6 days I am booking property viewings. I'm going to viewings, I'm putting offers in, and I'm also in the process of getting a virtual assistant at the moment who's going to book in the viewings for me, where I just say, hey, here are the properties, here's my calendar, book them in, find out rental demand, call these people, so I can multiply my time. Yeah. And I'm also working on optimizing my deal list, so I have one list with all my deals, and one with my viewings, and then one with my offers, and I'm trying to just get this optimized, and I want to get as many property deals done this year as possible. Yeah. I'm currently waiting on...
So tell us why you want to get into property? Why property deals? Why is that the next chapter for you, Claudius?
Well, property is what excites me the most currently, because in property I see the most upside and the most potential. I feel like the reason why I'm not as crazily obsessed about scootering that anymore, I still love it, but I feel like I accomplished the most you can accomplish. Mm-hmm. And
yeah, well done.
And it's almost like it's almost like sad that like what else is there to do. So I was looking for a bigger vehicle to serve people.
Yeah.
And property is just ticks all the boxes. It's just, and it's interesting because outside people look at like, why property? Why property? I never really like rationally decided property. I just saw property the same way I saw scootering in YouTube, and it just like, it appealed to me. So it's like very natural to me. Like it's almost like, it almost feels like I didn't make the decision. It's almost like, of course, property. Like it's very hard to explain.
But actually, we have chatted at length on a number of occasions now, and you've been actually in my home where we did try and record this podcast originally, but the sound was not great. So thanks for coming back on, by the way. So you also like property because you also know that it actually creates near passive income, so that it gives you that flexibility of choice and freedom to do more of what you love, whatever that next chapter is, once you get systemized and scaled your portfolio. Yeah, is that right? Okay, very good. So, what's thinking about you've now, from listening to what you said there, you've actually now managing your time more efficiently, even in your scootering. So you're condensing the videoing into one day to give you more time back. And now, being a multiple business owner myself, it's really good to see that you're now trying to bring in a member of the team to give you more time. For me, the only way you can scale and grow any business is through leverage and building in a team. So, like my first team member was a personal assistant, a PA. So a virtual assistant, they're not in the office. I like to have them in the office because my brain does this, scooters all over the place. And somebody who's not near would find it hard to keep up with my fast-thinking brain. So that's why I like them in the office, so they can be reactive. So well done for looking for a VA, because I think that will help you systemize your sourcing and deal flow. So good to see. What's the biggest challenge you've got then right now, Claudius, in your life? What's the biggest challenge?
The biggest challenge is time, because what I see is I can only be on one property viewing at a time, and most agents, they won't, I mean pretty much all agents, legally you have to book a viewing before you can make an offer. And then the biggest challenge is, and this is what takes the most time currently, that's why I'm going to get a VA to do this, who's even more qualified than I am in time management, to organize my viewings, because I have to calculate, I have to basically because viewings can only happen between 10 a.m. to 5, although agents open at 9. So I have to squeeze in as many as possible and line them up in a location. So I have to, and oftentimes I want to see properties from different agents, so I gotta line them up geographically in a certain way to like, so I can be in the right time for the next one and the next one.
No, I get that. So it's time controlling your time more efficiently.
Like I want to have 10 more Claudiuses doing things. So I'm going to get
the way to scale. Yeah, I agree. Or find a good sourcing agent, which they're hard to come by. Or you try and do direct to vendor, so you actually do evening viewings or weekend or Sunday viewings with the owner themselves. So that's maybe an alternative. Okay, so to finish off then, Claudius. You've gone through this education phase, which through property. You've done this. You've become awesome at being a scooter. Like you've got a great following online. Like if you could tell your 18-year-old self to do something differently, or look, now you're 22, 4 years has passed to 18. What would you tell your 18-year-old self to get even more success and results than what you've already achieved? Would you tell yourself to do anything differently?
It's very hard to say, because I think even like the struggles were actually good, because they redirected me to be better.
What were your struggles? Let's delve into that. So what were your struggles? Give me a couple of things that have been challenges for you.
Struggles. Well, like I had difficulties like small difficulties like on some videos or getting places, but for me it didn't matter, because I was committed. And I think that's the biggest difference, because if you're committed and you say I am going to do this, and it's just so clear, any struggles is not really a struggle. So what I say is, I say nothing is in my way, everything is on my way.
Yeah.
So it's
That's good.
I would just say keep doing what you're doing, and just don't get distracted by by other things to please other people.
Yeah, external noise and distractions. One thing I wasn't, hadn't even thought about chatting about, but just reminded me is, on your story and on your Instagram and YouTube, you're talking about getting like a skin, like a laser treatment. So some people who are watching this maybe have a similar challenge or condition or something, and seeing, because you're so visible in public, it's great to see that you're showcasing everything. So do you want to just quickly tell us about that being a challenge at all, or what just to help people maybe learn or feel empowered that they can learn something from that process you've been going through?
Yeah, so I used to have my skin always used to be very, very good. Even as a teenager, I never had acne, no pimples, nothing. And then at the age of between 19 to 21, I had very, very strong acne on my face, chest, shoulders, and back, and then which disappeared. So now I have very, very strong acne tissue, basically. Let me show you real quick. So you can see here.
Yeah. It's like scarring tissue, yeah?
Tissue.
Oh, wow.
And so now I go to Germany to get it lasered, which basically renews the skin. So in a couple more cycles, the skin will totally heal and be like very good. And the reason why I actually very enjoy filming like on my Insta story or my YouTube channel and making a story out of it, because I'm a YouTuber and I like to create stories, and this is another way to make a story. And
100%.
I'm just used to sharing things, and the thing is, I'm getting lasered either way, so why not share it and inspire people to say, hey guys,
100%.
I have this. It's totally okay, right? To have flaws and just be confident in your skin and have self-esteem. And interestingly, I see many kids these days, like we take pictures at like skate parks, and then they when they post it,
they do this. Yeah, they do this.
Paint like
they scribble their face out,
and it's like, why do you do this? Like, I don't like my face. It's like,
yeah, I get that.
Told you that, like, just have self-esteem and like love
who
yourself,
you
and
are.
you're perfect how you are.
Yeah, because it's easier as you get older. You realise that you just don't care as much. But when you're younger, it's just such a big thing, isn't it? But as you get older, you just think, sod it. Like, life's too short. They either love me or you hate me, and you're not going to get loved by everybody. So just love being you, and you'll get levitated towards by people who like you for you. And I think that's a great attitude to have. And at 22, a lot of people actually are still really, really caught up on their whole image. And you do have your own personal image and brand. You've got your hair, you've got your clothing, your brand. And so you've still got that going on, but I also like the fact that you also just don't care in terms of, like, this is me. Like, love me or loathe me. Like, just take me for how I am. Going to share my journey, and I think that's just a really inspiring thing to have at 22. And also just their attitude, the proper attitude that you've got. Because a lot of people will be thinking, it's not for me. Now's not the right time. But yours, like, sod it. This is it. This is my next focus. I'm going for it full pelt. And that's how we ended up getting in contact too. So, any final words before we draw this to a close? Because you've got an inspiring story. You're 22. You're really independent. You're driven. You're giving massive value to young people, inspiring through your channels, through your free content. You've got your businesses making money through your online streams. But actually, that's the final question before you want to wrap up. Is, like, once you've got some followers on YouTube, what kind of revenue can be generated from that? Just from views.
Well, it's interesting. So on YouTube, the easiest way is to just monetize your videos. So you just go into your YouTube settings and just monetize the videos, where YouTube will find ads for your videos in front of your video. You can even have, if the video is longer than 10 minutes in the video. The video needs to be copyright free, so no copyright music, nothing, so totally clean. YouTube is also getting stricter and stricter with their guidelines. So like you can't swear, it can't be inoffensive, or, you know what I mean? But the problem with this is, especially if you're in a very niche market like you are in property YouTube, or you have you don't get that many views. On YouTube, you need quite a lot of views. So for example, per 1,000 views, you get between £2 to £3. Education channels, interestingly, get a lot higher. It's called CPM. Depends on where they are watching from and how long. And education channels get 4, 5, 6, even 7, £8 per 1,000 views, because education channels typically have better watch time ratio, meaning they watch longer. And YouTube promotes videos that watch longer because they want you to have on the platform as long as possible. So if you make long videos, they say, your video is amazing, thank you so much, we're going to show your video to everyone. Because in an education channel, people want to watch to learn, so they want to watch the whole thing, versus education channels like me, it's all about here, click there. It's they don't really care. There's not much value where they I have to watch this now. It's more just entertainment. So that's very good for you. And then the other ways, I think, which are the way more lucrative ways, is actually, rather than just relying on views, because this can be very stressful, just hunting for views, is creating a business around your channel and just use YouTube as a tool to promote your business. So have products clothing, merchandise, my own scooter products. So depending on what industry you're in, there's different products associated with it, which either you can sell yourself, you can have affiliate links in the description where you get a commission, you can have promote your own seminars or my tour. So it's pretty much a marketing tool, just like Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah. It's attention, isn't it? So you get the attention, give value, and then offer, because people who like you actually want to engage and take the next step with you. And then I think it's almost like your duty to do it, and you miss serving them if you don't, because people do want to take the next step with you. So yeah, I like that attitude. Well, Claudius, as always, I really enjoyed chatting with you. It was nice seeing you in London when you were down there, and it was nice having you back up at our home when you came to visit. So I look forward to meeting you and seeing you again. Keep in touch, don't be a stranger. And so do check Claudius out on YouTube, Instagram. He's got a property channel that he's starting to gear up. But if you love scootering, do check him out. There's a amount of people who I know up in the Northeast who go, oh, you know Claudius? I'm like, yeah. And they've been following you online. So it's nice to put a face to a name too. So yeah, thanks for the interview, and I'll see you again soon, Claudius.
Thank you very much, Tom. Looking forward to the next podcast. Ask your audience to comment down below questions for the next podcast to ask.
Great idea. Yeah. So yeah, there we go. He's done it for us. And make sure you go and subscribe to our YouTube channels. Take care.